And similarly, we are also prioritizing the quality problems which my team is to focus, which my organization is to focus. So this Pareto chart will help the Six Sigma team to make the work easily. Instead of it is channelizing. Okay, it is like a funnel. You are going to just focus on 2, 3 problems. Okay, so it will be easy for my team to work. Then can I just go alone with the numbers alone? So there is a limitation in this Pareto. See, we always go by the numbers. We always go by the defects, which is having more frequency. So that may not that may not give you more gains. Okay, in all cases, certain defects which may occur regularly may not be most important. They may not get you so many loss. Okay, so how to avoid that kind of errors when you are choosing project using Pareto? So we have to go for a weighted Pareto. Okay, it is quite interesting. It is called a weighted Pareto. Okay, let us see what is the weighted Pareto. So again, I got some another data from the same university. Now I told, man, gentlemen, just going by frequency is not going to always beneficial. So we have to make sure that we are choosing the right problem to focus. So give me some additional data. So they have given me some additional data, that is cost. Okay, cost of each defect. Okay, if a defective button cost around 1.35. Likewise, I got the cost of each defect. Okay, so I multiplied the number of times the particular defect occurs by the cost. Now I got a weighted count. This is called the weighted count. So what I'm doing is I am getting additional data from the company. Okay, how much each defect is causing, and I multiply the cost and that number of times the defect occurs, and I get a data called the weighted count. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to align this weighted count in the increasing order. That is, the top must have the higher value and so on. Then I am going to plot it again in the Pareto chart. Do you got this clear? So what
Yes.
I'm going to, yes, I'm going to multiply the cost of each defect and find the weighted count, and I'm going to align it in the descending order, and I'm going to plot in the graph again. See, so we got the same data. Okay, 292. Sorry, we got the data which is calculated here. Okay, we plot as per this data. We doesn't plot the frequency. Previously, we plotted the frequency. Now we are plotting the weighted count. Okay, that is the difference between the normal Pareto. What we have done previously is normal Pareto. This is weighted Pareto. So now I am using the weighted count instead of the frequency. So on the left hand side, what I will be having? I will be having the weighted count data. It is still a numerical data. So after using the weighted count data, I am able to find there is a small change in the order. Previously in the normal Pareto, defective button, stitching defects, loose thread, hemming defects. But here you can see defective button, stitching defects, hemming defects have moved to position 3. Okay. And loose thread has moved to position 7. Have you seen this?
Yes.
So after using a weighted Pareto, simply focuses on the cost. That is what company deals about. As a general manager, as a manager, I think about the revenue loss. I think about the dollars I am losing. So when I convert that frequency into cost, I found that certain defects are less important because they may be they may be occurring regularly, but they are not causing me more revenue loss. But certain defects which are occurring moderately are causing me more money loss. So now this weighted Pareto helps me to choose the problems which I have to focus based on the money, based on the dollars. So actually in this case, there is no large change, but in certain cases, it will be leading to so many changes in the order of the defects which we have to focus. So this is how a weighted Pareto can help you to choose the correct problems, which is creating a lot of revenue loss for you, which is creating money loss. So no company is being run for charity purpose. All companies want to make profit, money, revenue, increase the turnover. So this is what we are focusing on. Focusing on the area which is causing me revenue loss. So I think now you are clear with weighted Pareto, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a very simple Pareto for understanding. That is before and after Pareto. For example, if I want to present my top management at a chart or a bar, which shows what is the improvisation after implementing the project, or what is the improvisation after doing a developmental activity. This can be very useful. That is, I have found out a fault and I have tried to rectify it using a method. Okay, so before Pareto, the last the defects are 27. Before implementing the particular solution, the loss was 217, 112, 67, 43. But after implementing the solution, I can show it to the management. There was a drastic improvement because the defective button has reduced by 110 and the stitching has reduced by 60 when compared to 112, and everything has been brought down and the efficiency has improved. So this before and after Pareto is just for understanding how much improvement a particular solution has impacted, how much improvement a particular solution has given on the process or on the particular service or activity, whatever it is. Okay, so it is purely for understanding. Okay.
So will it be correct to say that the weighted Pareto is a cumulative graph?
See, both the normal Pareto and the weighted Pareto are a cumulative graph, but a normal Pareto uses the number of defects or number of counts. But the weighted Pareto, here you can see the normal Pareto will be working on this frequency alone, but the weighted Pareto will work on this cost. See, for example, if there is a particular defect which occurs rarely, which occurs 2 or 3 times a year, but it may cause 2 lakh rupees revenue loss. But some defects, for example, a small breakdown, a minor error, which is happening 10 times a month, but it is having but it is causing a total revenue loss of only 10,000 per year. But this particular defect, which occurs 2-3 times a year, is causing a revenue loss of 2-3 lakhs. So this weighted Pareto will help you to identify that and ask you to focus on that first. Okay, this weighted Pareto will work on the weighted count. The normal Pareto will work on the frequency. Clear, sir?
All right, sir. All right.
Okay. So normal Pareto, we are converting that frequency into cost, and we are checking whether the loss is more or less for that particular defect or not. Okay, so this before and after Pareto is just for understanding how much improvement that particular solution has given. Okay, then we go for a stratification of Pareto. So the stratification of Pareto is very important because now we have reached the second level of Pareto. That is, after normal Pareto, we have gone for weighted Pareto. In the weighted Pareto, we have found that some defects are causing more revenue loss. Okay, in the normal Pareto, we said that some defects are occurring in more numbers, but in weighted Pareto, we told that some frequencies, some defects are causing more revenue loss. Now I got some additional data. Okay, now I got some additional data. Okay, and defective buttons are more. Defective buttons problems is occurring more. It's nearly 217 times. So I decided, okay, let me focus on the, let me stratify that defective button loss. Okay, what I see is the defective button problem occurs mostly in shirts. In shirts, I got some additional data from the industry, and I found that in shirts it occurs 146 times, in chudidars 21, in kurtis 19, in overcoat 12, in frock, and in pants. So I got some additional data and I plotted the Pareto again, and I stratified that particular defective button problem, and I found that it is occurring mostly in shirts. Okay, it is occurring mostly in shirts, that too nearly 67%. Okay, so if I focus on the shirts, I can improve the defective button loss by nearly 67% immediately. Instead of looking into all the 6 garments, I just look into the shirts. I will be able to improve the efficiency by nearly 67%, just like that. So this is first level of stratification. So now I got some more data. Okay, now I got some more data. That is, in shirts, it is occurring 67%. But in shirts, what kind of defective button error is occurring? It is a level 2 stratification. Because of misalignment of defective button, it is occurring 86%. Because of damaged buttons, it is occurring 8.2%. And because of poor stitching of buttons, it is causing nearly 5.5%. So this is level 2 stratification, from normal Pareto to weighted Pareto, from weighted to stratification level 1 and stratification level 2. Stratification level 1 and 2 will help you to focus, will help you to channelize more. See, the defective button is occurring nearly how much percentage? 44%. But which type of garment is having more defective button problem? Shirts. On shirts, what kind of problem is occurring more? Misalignment. So if I'm able to focus on misalignment first, automatically 87% is solved. Out of 146, 87% will be solved immediately. So that is how this stratification will help you to focus more and more. You will be getting a focus problem on hand, so that our team will be able to invest all their efforts. Okay, easily they will be guided. They can be directed easily to focus on the problem instead of that diversified approach. So this is how this Pareto chart, normal, weighted, stratification level 1 and 2 will help you to focus on the problems. Got it? Any doubts, gentlemen? Clear? Any
No.
doubts?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So that is
Right.
how we use this Pareto to choose the problems which we have to focus. Since Pareto is able to, using Pareto will be easier, because the top manager will be able to understand, you can easily convince them, because everything is in the form of a graph. So that is why graphs are used in most of the industries. During the presentations, you can see top manager will be able to understand, okay, gentlemen, this is how we are how loss is occurring. Okay, let us focus on this. They will be able to decide and give approval for a project simply like this. Okay, so that is how the Pareto can help you. So instead of choosing purely on frequency, we can go for weighted Pareto. That will help you to focus on the loss, which is getting more revenue loss. So if you want to get a focus problem on hand, you can use the stratification level 1 and 2, which will get you to the core of the problem, so that our team, our black belt team, our Lean Six Sigma team can understand the problem and invest their efforts towards it. Yes, thank you. Any doubts? We'll be able to clear.
Is
myself
it,
and-
it is applicable only for the independent variables? If it is a dependent variable, we have to combine the dependent variable to the independent variable, correct?
Yes, it depends actually.
Come again.